Sige. Now, for this afternoon class, we will continue then our discussion then in the lecture. And later, I'll be giving you then an activity to answer all about applications of Newton's laws in equilibrium and non-equilibrium conditions. Now, this morning, I wasn't able then to meet you because we actually had a faculty meeting in our department. Wala ta nag-meet. Although in our schedule in the afternoon, this is actually for laboratory class, in the morning is for lecture. But I mentioned that in the GC, I would like to meet you still in the lecture in the afternoon because I would like then to maximize the time, especially for the discussion. With that, for the laboratory, I'll be giving you then a virtual lab experiment, which is all about the conservation of mechanical energy in lieu then of our face-to-face schedule. Okay. We failed then to meet then face-to-face this morning kay naalagi may urgent nga faculty meeting. Okay? Nat uh, I think na-post naman siguro na ako sa Google Classroom. Na-check na-post na ba na ako, class? I think I did kanina. Have you checked it already?
Yes, miss.
Okay. Sige. Muna ang ihang i-work, class. Okay? So, for now, we will continue then our discussion. And then before we will have then uh, the continuation of our discussion, class, I'd like to ask here for volunteers to do a short review or recap then on the things that we have actually discussed last meeting. Anyone from the class? Hello? Sige, be? Anyone to do the recap? Volunteers? Class. Ilom lay kasanan ta karon. Hello? Are you still there? Yes. Uy, you're raising your hand.
We have two types of friction, which is static and
Mm,
kinetic. And friction
mm.
is force kanang it opposes the motion of two surfaces that are contact with each other.
Okay. Yes, we actually have discussed last time about friction, especially uh, we did differentiate the two types of friction. We have the static friction and we also have kinetic friction. If you speak about the friction, you're right. Oy, I'm taking note then ha, and I participate for this afternoon. Yes, you're right that the role of friction is basically then to oppose the motion of the given object. And to continue, since you have brought up the idea about friction, can anyone then recall what's the difference between static and kinetic friction? Class? Uy, naa ba mo dira or nangatog pa mo? Sabaya, ha? This is a very holy hour. Labi na kay humana ron sa ang lunchtime. Ay tamog tugtog kay ngano. I'll be presenting more problems, class, sample problems for non-equilibrium condition. So I really would like that everybody to pay focus and attention, especially that we're having online classes. Dili kay mo magpay focus or attention, that will be a very big problem. Okay. Anong problema man kay online class na gani, di pa kita mag-focus, di pa kita mag-pay attention na maglisod kita ani. Okay, sige. I'm seeing hands now being raised. So I'd like to call here. So we have Talaob and Trixie, right? You're also raising your hand. Sige. I'd like to call then one by one. Sige. How about Tubin first, then I'll proceed to the Laob later. Yes, Tubin.
Um, Static
And
friction is
Cavalida as
kay,
well, nag-raise po hand. So after ni, sorry for a while ha, for interrupting. So after ni Tubin, we proceed to the Laob, then after will be Cavalida. Yes, Trixie.
Ang static friction is the force exerted on a surface by another where there is no motion between the two surfaces. Ang kinetic
Mm.
friction kay is kanang exerted on one surface by another when the two surfaces rub against each other because one or more of them are moving. Static is greater than kinetic friction.
Yes, Tubin, Inday. Hello, class. Can you hear me? Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, si Trixie ang nawala or
yes,
ako?
miss.
Oh, sige. Wala ka naputol, Inday. Can you please repeat? Because I wasn't able to hear clearly then the last few phrases that you've mentioned. Please, can you repeat?
Uh, exerted on one surface by another when two surfaces rub against each other because one or both of them are moving while static friction is force exerted on one surface where there is no motion between two and static is greater than kinetic friction, miss.
Okay. I think kanang na ay problem sa connection ni Tubin, right? Right, class. Kaya warag medyo putol-putol siya towards my end. Am I right? Am I hearing it correctly? No? Ni thumbs up si Uy. How about the others? Do you agree with me? Okay, sige. But I was able then to hear the few of the ideas that you've mentioned. Sige. I think what you have mentioned is static friction is actually present when uh there is no relative motion between two surfaces. When I say no relative motion, it means to say that given object is actually at rest, while kinetic friction is actually present when there is a relative movement between two surfaces that are rubbing against each other. So, for the name itself, kinetic, it means to say there is motion class involved. So, two surfaces are actually rubbing against each other. And I think I don't know if I heard it correctly, but I think you also mentioned then, Trixie, that static friction is always greater than kinetic friction, as what we have actually discussed last meeting. Am I right, Trixie? Did I hear it right? Please give me a thumbs up kung sakto ba ako nadunggan. Hello, class? Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
sige. Thank you for the confirmation. So, um, presenting it then in terms of formula, how do we get gani again? Static friction and kinetic friction. I'd like to proceed to talao. So can you formula ani? Yes, Jaya, may talao. So tubin,
So the
boy.
formula
Yes.
of static friction is Fs equals mu s normal force, and then for the kinetic friction is Fk equals mu k normal force.
Okay, you're right. So, as you've mentioned, Talao, when we will be representing into an equation for static and kinetic friction, we simply multiply then the coefficient of friction with the normal force. So, for static friction, that will be coefficient of static friction, that's mu s multiplied by the normal force. And for the kinetic friction, that's equal to mu k, that's coefficient of kinetic friction multiplied by the normal force. Again, as I have emphasized in last time, the value class of coefficient of friction, either static or kinetic. This is based on experimental values, and this is highly dependent then on the type of material of the surfaces. type of the material of the surfaces that are actually rubbing against each other. And as we have discussed in last time, the value for the coefficient of static friction is always greater than the coefficient of kinetic friction. Good. So we proceed, di ba, niing ko nga, after ni Talaob, we proceed then to Cavalida. Yes, Princess, are there still other things you'd like to share as well? Aside from
Medyo
friction.
um,
Yes.
same lang siya ma'am nga in simple terms ang static friction is at rest and ang kinetic friction is in motion. Kana lang siya ma'am.
Okay, sige, thank you. Now, what else? Aside from friction class, there were a lot of things that we did actually discuss last meeting. What else? Aside from that. Thank you. Sige, kinsa pa?
Force.
Mura to? Mura to na-discuss about friction na inyong ma-remember? Naa pa ba to'y lain? If you can remember. Yes, Talaob. Jaya.
Katong the law of inertia.
Yes, the first law of motion, that's law of inertia. What about it? Sa ganito, Inday? Jaya? Sa ganito, Jaya?
The body state in at rest.
Mm. And, sige, padayon. Mora to? Body stays at rest? Sa ito? Sa itong first law? Yes, Rio. You're raising your hand.
Yes, ma'am. The law
Yes.
of inertia is also known as the Newton's
Yes, Inday. Padayon. Na-unmute na ka. I mean, na-mute na ka.
yes, ma'am.
Na-turn off yung mong mic.
The law of inertia
Yes.
is also known as Newton's first law of motion.
Mm.
It states that an object will remain at rest or continue to move at a constant velocity unless acted upon by an external force. So
Okay.
this this means that an object will not change its state of motion unless a force is applied to it. That's it, ma'am.
Exactly. Okay, exactly. That's actually the gist of that given a law of inertia. It says a body will remain in its state of motion either at rest or in motion, not unless there is presence cause of a net external force. With that given law, uh, that basically tells us that the body is said to be in equilibrium condition. Again, when we speak about equilibrium, it means that when we sum up all of the forces acting of the given body, it's actually equal to zero. Meaning, forces that acts on that given body are same in magnitude but are actually directed in opposite direction. Thus, when we sum up all of those forces, it is actually always equal to zero. Okay? And lastly, naapay usa ka law nga atong gidiscuss last time. Thank you for that, Rio. What else? Napa ba 'to? Usa nga atong gi-mention last meeting. What's that? Class. Hello, can you still hear me? Okay, sige. I'm seeing hands here. O nas Salva, si Boyles. Rio, I'll call you na lang later ha. You have already raised your hand man kanina. So, I'll like to hear first from Salva, then I proceed then to Boyles. Yes, Katharina. Salva. Salva, Inday, can
Hello.
you hear me?
Hello,
Yes.
ma'am.
Mm,
So we also tackled about the third law, which is the action reaction. So
mm,
action reaction is this is an equal and opposite reaction.
mm. Okay. Yes, you're right. We also discussed then the law of interaction, that's action reaction forces. The action force is always equal to the reaction force, but they are directed, those forces are directed or oriented in opposite directions. Correct. Boyles, what else can you add to? You were raising your hand. Rachel
Yes,
can.
miss.
Yes.
Yes, miss.
Mm,
For example, anak miss is katong aman nga kanang
mm,
nag-kick sa ball. Then ang
mm,
action kay katong kuan pag-kick niya ang reaction
mm.
kay kanang pain niya nga na-feel sa pag-kick sa ball.
Okay, thank you for that. Now, that given law class is basically the third law of motion, right? It is clearly exhibited when you're actually kicking a ball. So, the action force there is the manner of kicking, the applied force, the force applied by the foot towards the ball. And the reaction force, of course, is that the ball is also applying class, a force towards the foot, and its direction is opposite then to the given applied force. And as you've mentioned then, Boyles, nga, as you did that action force, you feel like also you are being kicked back. Oh, muna ang term word kicked back by the ball. Muna sakit ang tiil ni. That's basically the reaction force. Reaction force is the force class coming from the ball towards your foot. The feeling of being kicked back by the ball towards your foot. That's the reaction force. Okay. So at this moment, we will now proceed class or continue our discussion to applications of Newton's laws, but this time in non-equilibrium condition. But before I proceed to that, I'd like to ask them from all of you, okay ra ba akong signal? Is it good? Wala ra ba ako nagputol-putol?
Yes, miss.
Yes,
Good
ma'am.
ra.
Good.
Oh, good. Sige, good. And I hope so at this time, all of you as well are paying attention, ha? Giingnan na ta mo daan, nga kinahanglan maminaw ta, labi na sa tong discussion ron kay we will be dealing with problems, problem solving. Nga, labi na ka online class ta, lisod kaayo, labi na online class, because sometimes dili kay ta maka pay attention or out of focus ta. But since we're already adult learners, so it is expected that we really have then to adjust to this type of learning environment and to really make sure then that we can also make adjustments and do internal motivation nga bahala lisod maminaw gihapon ta maningkamot ta nga we will really be paying attention para makasabot ta. Okay, is it clear, class? Can I expect that one from you, especially in this afternoon's meeting? Class? Okay na ta? Are we now set?
Yes, ma'am.
Sige. Okay, good. Allow me then to share my screen. All right. So, as mentioned earlier, we have discussed in last meeting about equilibrium conditions, application of Newton's laws in equilibrium. Again, when you speak of equilibrium, means to say that the summation of forces acting in the given body is equal to zero, which implies that the given body then remains its state of motion, either at rest or in motion. But this time, we proceed now to non equilibrium. When we speak class of non equilibrium, that means to say if we add up then all of the forces acting on the given body, there is a presence of a net force or external force applied to the given body. And again, I'd like to ask this: if there is a presence of a net force or external force acting on the given body, what happens to that object class? Maun maun sa gani ini iyang motion kung naay net force or external force?
Ma-accelerate, miss.
Exactly. Your name, please?
Suway Bagyo, miss.
Okay, good. Naminaw gid sa ato ang discussion last time. You're right, so I Baguio. If there's a presence of a net force and external force, the body is expected class to accelerate. And with that, at this point, we can now apply then the second law of motion, which is the law of acceleration. So we can then use the given equation wherein F is equal to ma. F there represents the net force or the external force, which is directly proportional then to the acceleration of the given object. So let us now look into sample problems relating to this type of condition. So we have here, class, example number 1. Our case here is we have a super tanker of a mass m, which is equal to 1.5 times 10 to the power of 8 kilograms, is being towed by two tugboats as shown in the figure. So this is now the given figure. We have here, please follow, class, my cursor para you can follow then. This is the given super tanker, and we can see here two tugboats uh, towing this given super tanker. When say towed upon, gibira siya ang kaninga super tanker by these two tugboats. So giunsa man pagbira ang super tanker by these two tugboats. So let's continue. The tensions in the towing cables apply the forces T1 and T2 at equal angles of 30 degrees with respect to the tanker's axis, which means ang kanina atong supertanker class gibira sa kaninga duha ka tugboat via this cable. Okay, and we represent these cables as T1 and T2. And clearly from the illustration, the orientation class of T1, it is actually directed at 30 degrees class above the positive x-axis, or in other words, the orientation of T1 is 30 degrees north of east. So muni ang orientation. And also, nana say another cable, kay there are two tugboats man nga nagbira. So that cable is still oriented with the same angle, 30 degrees, but this time it's directed south of east. So this is the orientation of the given tensions, T1 and T2. In addition, the tanker's engines produce a forward force labeled as D, whose magnitude is 75 times 10 to the power of 3 newtons. Moreover, the water applies an opposing force R, whose magnitude is 40 times 10 to the power of 3 newtons. The tanker moves forward with an acceleration that points along the tanker's axis and has a magnitude of 2 times 10 to the power of negative 3 meters per second square. Now the question here is find the magnitudes of the tensions T1 and T2. So balik ko sa illustration. So we have already illustrated this given two tensions T1 and T2. Now aside from these two forces, there is also a forward force class provided by the engine of the supertanker labeled as D. This is called as drive force. In this case, similar po din siya sa term nga thrust. If you can remember, sa katong previous example nato, which is a jet plane, right? Wherein the jet plane class is able to move forward because of the given force provided by the engine, and you call that force as the thrust. So pareha ra pud ni. They're just synonymous. So if you hear the term drive force is similar to thrust. That is the type of force provided by the engine of that given object, or in this case, the supertanker. So, uh, to continue, it is also mentioned that the supertanker experiences an opposition force provided by the water current, and we label this one as R. Okay, so this is the given scenario or case class. Now the question is, we are asked to find the values for T1 and T2. Now, before we get into the solution, first, as I have mentioned last time, if we deal again with problems that deals about the forces, it is always best then to draw or illustrate the free body diagram for us to know then the direction of the forces that acts on that given object. So with that, can you please tell me then what are the forces again acting on our given object, which is the supertanker? Can you please name one? What do we have? So ganito, we have
Tension.
tension. Sa gani direction ani?
East.
East ba ang direction sa
Dili.
atong tension? Aha, tan-awa pag-ayo. Unsay direction sa ato ang tension?
North of east and south of east.
North of east and
South of east.
south of east. So these are the two tensions, T1, T sub 1, and T sub 2. T sub 1 again, the direction is towards the north of east, and T sub 2, it's directed south of east. Okay, what else? Isa pa.
Drive force or
We
thrust
have a drive
force.
force or thrust. Asa gani ang direction ani?
East.
Towards east. Okay, so this is then the direction. What else? Is that all?
Friction.
Friction. Mm-hmm. Unsa direction niya?
West, miss.
It's directed towards west. Remember, ang role niya is to oppose. So, kung pa-forward ang motion sa atong supertanker, so it should be directed west. Correct. So, now that we have already identified the forces acting in a given body, next is we now have to look into the summation of forces that is acting along the x-axis, and as well as the summation of forces acting along the y-axis. Ma'am, nganong pangitaon man nato ang summation sa forces. Of course, since we are dealing here with non-equilibrium condition, we have to check asa nga axis diri maka-observe ta og acceleration sa object, di ba? The problem says the super tanker accelerated. So we have to know nga asa in particularly nga axis do we observe then the acceleration of the given supertanker? Is it along the x or along the y? Remember, these forces that we have mentioned, some of these forces are acting along the x-axis, and some of these forces as well are acting along the y-axis. So muna kinahanglan maka-identify ta class sa summation sa forces along the x and along the y. So let's do that one now. Can you please tell me now what are the forces acting along the x-axis? X-axis sa tauna. What do we have? Natay? Unsa man?
X component of T1 and T2.
X component of T1 and T2. Yes, correct. Kinsa ganita?
Way bagyo.
See? Yes, correct, Inday. So I Baguio. The X component of T1 and T2, these components of the tensions are acting basically in the x-axis. Obviously, kay x component man. Yeah, ma'am, you might ask, ma'am, how come na may x and y component ang ato ang T1 and T2? Remember, the orientation class of T1 and T2, they're actually directed at a certain angle class wherein it actually crosses both x and y axis. Thus, it is expected kani cross man siya um, between the x and y. So it is being oriented at a certain angle. So expected kay ni crossover man siya sa duha ka axis, na gyud siya x component ug na siya y component. And again, I'd like to ask from Suway Baguio, since it's you then who did mention that the x components of T1 and T2 are the forces acting along the x. I'd like to ask then from you, what is the direction or the sign for the x component of T1 and the x component of T2?
Positive, miss.
Both are, again, please.
Positive.
Both are positive. Correct. So we have here positive T1 x and positive T2 x. And to continue further, ato na lang ni elaborate to which is T1x equal to. How do we get the value of T1x and T2x?
Miss. T1 cosine theta.
Mm-hmm. How
And
about for
T2,
T2?
T2 cosine theta.
Okay, correct. So we have here, if this is the given orientation of T1, gizoom in siya class is the broken diagonal blue arrow. So this is the given vector, and this is the given angle relative to the given positive x-axis is a given angle 30 degrees. So we can create an imaginary right triangle wherein T1 is simply the hypotenuse. Given with this angle, this x component is adjacent to this angle. Thus, we use then the cosine theta. We multiply then the vector with the cosine of the angle. Thus, T1 is equal, T1x, I mean, is equal to T1 cosine theta. Similar class to T2. This is the orientation of T2, the one in blue diagonal arrow. Its orientation, it's is south of east, still with the same angle. So still, we define then this x component as the vector multiplied by the cos of the angle T2 cosine theta. Correct? Both are positive in value. What else? Mora ba ni ang force directed along the x? Kindly check the FBD. What else, class? Napa ba? If there is, then tell me what are other forces acting along the x.
Drivers and friction.
Okay, the drive force and friction. Asa man ni ang orientation ani dong? Kinsa ganita? Your name, please.
Uputan.
Yes, Jed, Obota. Asa man ang orientation or direction aning drive force and the friction or the resisting force?
Drive force kay pa east, then ang fraction
Pa
kay pa
east.
west.
Okay, ang drive force kay pa east, ang resistance force kay pa west. Correct. Napabaylain or wala na?
Well,
Wala na. Correct. So, putting now into an equation, okay, we now have here, class, summation of forces along the x. We have here x component of T1, x component of T2, both are positive, plus D minus R. Anong minus ni? As mentioned by Jed, pa-west siya ma'am, negative in direction, so it bears then the negative sign. And again, I'd like to ask, um, if we check into class the motion of the given super tanker, right? And now that we have already as well analyzed the summation of forces along the x-axis, so is there an acceleration class at this given axis? Does the object accelerate relative to this given axis? Yes or no?
Sa x-axis miss na yung acceleration.
Sa x-axis na acceleration. So, ay bagyo, right? Am I
Ando
hearing it
miss.
right? Ay, ando di ay. Okay, sorry. Okay. Yes, correct. It's actually in the x nga na acceleration, right? Ando? No?
Yes miss.
Mm. Therefore, if we put it now into equation, summation of f of x is equal to ma. We now use class the second law of motion or the law of acceleration to represent the summation of forces along the x-axis. Again, summation of forces is equal to m times a. Ma'am, nganong equal to m times a? Basta naa gani acceleration relative to that given axis, f is equal to m times a. A here signifies that the body indeed accelerated with that given axis. And obviously, kung ato pong sabton ang problem, pa-forward ba ang motion sa ato ang supertanker, samtang gibira siya sa tugboat. So obviously, the acceleration, the change of velocity of that given supertanker is along the x-axis. So along the x gud siya ni accelerate. Nakasabot? Class? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. Now that we're done with our analysis along the x, this time we proceed then, class, to our analysis along the y-axis. Can you please tell me what are these forces, class, acting along the y? What do we have?
T1 and T2.
Particularly, exactly ba gid ang T1 o ang T2? Ang unsa man?
Ang 30
Ah,
sine 30
Y
theta
component
is
of T1 and T2.
yes, the y component of T1 and T2. What's the sign, class, of the y component of T1?
positive,
How
Positive.
about the y component of T2?
negative.
Okay. Na ba acceleration along the y?
Wala miss.
Wala. So that's equal to 0. Summation of forces, class, along the y this time is equal to 0. That's how we will now analyze then for the y-axis. So ma'am, padayon ta, ang pangutan naman is ang value sa T1 o T2. Asa man ang best gamito nato nga summation of forces? Is it along the x or along the y? If we go back in the problem, given ba ta sa value sa acceleration? Isn't it? Given ba? Tanaw na to. Given no? O nara ay. Muning value sa acceleration, it's 2 times 10 to the power of negative 3 meters per second square. So that means we can use then the summation of forces along the x, which is equal to ma, to solve, class, the unknown, which is T1 and T2. E mo man ni siya ang unknown. Given man ang ato ang drive force, given man ang friction, given pod ang mass, given pod ang acceleration. So ang gipangita ang T1 o T2. But ma'am, possible ba din ni nato ma-solve using this equation nga duha man ang unknown, si T1 o si T2? Di man na pwede nga sa usa ka equation duha ka unknown variable. Yeah, that's exactly correct. But if we go back then in the given problem, it says, class, that the given supertanker is being towed by two tugboats via uh, towing cables. Thus, we can say then that T1 is actually equal to T2. Ano makaingon man tag equal? Kay wala man gi-mention sa problem nga different ang cables nga gi-apply. So we can assume then that the cable used in T1 and the cable used, class, in T2 is the same. Do you get my point? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Mm. And it is also mentioned nga ang kaning duha ka cables gibira sa kani nga tugboat. So ang kaning tension, therefore, class, provided by this pulling of the tugboat, ang pagbira sa tugboat, class, via these cables, we can say then kay pariha man ang tugboats nga nagbira, so we can also say nga ang kakusgan sa pagbira sa supertanker by these tugboats using these cables are just the same. Nakuha? Nakuha ang point ni ma'am? Nakuha niyo ang punto sa problem, by the way?
Yes, ma'am.
Class. Hello?
Yes, Miss.
Mm. Ha? Nakuha?
Yes, ma'am.
Mm. So makaingon ta nga equal ra ni si T1 o si T2. And I want you then to think then in same manner uh, when we will be dealing with other problems. Basta wala gani gi-mention gani nagi kay nga situation nga na kay object gibira sa duha ka pieces or whatever it is. Wala gani gi-mention problem na different ang table gamit kaya ang bira parihas sa parihas same tagbot so ang kagisbos gan tagbot parihapod sa sa pera. So we can then assume or make an assumption that the tensions provided by T1 and T2 class are just the same. Yes, we can make that assumption, not unless there is a specification in the problem nga difference yan. Nga wala man. So we can make that an assumption. So with that, we can assume class that T1 is just equal to T2. And we can then represent T1 and T2 simply as T. Okay, so sa may mahitabo sa equation, summation of forces along the x is equal to t cosine 30 degrees plus t cosine 30 degrees plus the drive force minus the resistance force is equal to ma. Since we have here two similar variables, we combine like terms. So unsa may mahitabuan ni, this becomes 2t cosine 30 degrees plus the drive force minus friction is equal to mass times acceleration. Unsa kay itong gipangita? It's the tension, right? So to get tension or to isolate this variable, we divide class both sides by 2 cosine 30 degrees. Okay, so what happens now is para ang tirang mahabilin on the other side of the equation, the other variables must be transferred or transposed. So we now have then this equation max plus r minus d divided by 2 cosine of the angle. Then substitute the given values. Mass given, that's 1.5 times 10 to the power of 8 kilograms, multiplied by the acceleration, which is 2 times 10 to the power of negative 3 meters per second square, plus the friction or the resistance caused by the water current, which is 40 times 10 to the power of 3 newtons, minus the forward force or the thrust or the drive force, which is 75 times 10 to the power of 3 newtons divided by 2 cosine 30 degrees. So putting into these values, then the final answer, or we get a value of 1.53 times 10 to the power of 5 newtons as the value for tension, which represents T1 and T2. Okay? Is it clear, class?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Nasabtan na ba? Wala ba'y question sa first example? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, sige. Shall we proceed to the next example?
Yes, ma'am.
Ah, shall we proceed?
Yes, ma'am. Proceed.
Sige. Okay. Let's now have class example number 2 or problem number 2. Okay. This time, we now have here class an inclined plane. Okay, nindot ni siya nga problem kay we are now dealing with an inclined plane. Okay? Just like sa previous na to nga example in equilibrium condition wherein the given katong jet plane ba is taking off at a certain angle relative then to the given horizontal axis. So mura pod ang ato ang jet plane is moving class similarly in an incline. Kay inclined man ang orientation sa jet plane as it takes as it made a takeoff from the horizontal surface. So same ang situation actually, but this time we're not talking about a jet plane for number two, but this time we're talking about a truck that is actually carrying a crate. Okay, so we have here a flatbed truck is carrying a crate up a 10-degree hill as shown in the figure. So, as shown here, this is our truck. It's carrying a crate class. So, nagkarga o crate. A crate class, I want you then to imagine a wooden box. It's a heavy wooden box. It could contain then mga goods, either perishable or non-perishable goods to be delivered. Okay? So, the coefficient of static friction between the truck bed and the crate is 0.350. Find the maximum acceleration that the truck can attain before the crate begins to slip backward relative to the truck. So, uh, what is basically then the problem here? So the problem here is it says again na atay truck that is carrying cause a crate. So nagpatong ang crate sa truck. Ang atong truck class is actually inclined kay ang surface kung asa patong ang atong track class is actually oriented at 10 degrees relative from the ground. So muni ang orientation. And it says there is a presence of static friction between the truck bed and the crate. So since it mentions coefficient of static friction, so obviously ang kanina atong crate class is resting on top of the truck bed. So nagpatong. Samtang nagpatong siya, it's actually motionless, standing still. So nagpatong, wala naglihok sa truck bed. But the question is asking, what will what is the maximum acceleration that the truck can attain before the crate begins to slip backward relative to the truck? So gipangita is pila di ay ang acceleration sa truck that will actually cause this crate to just about to move backward. So pila ang acceleration ha sa tong truck para igo ra nga maka-start og move ang crate pa backward from the flatbed of the truck. Okay? So we're asking here for the acceleration of the truck class para mulihok, igo nga mulihok paatras ang crate nga nagpatong sa kaninga truck. Nakuha ang problem? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Mm. So now, just like what we did with the previous problem, we will now look into the FBD, the free body diagram, and plot the given forces acting on the given body. Our body here, class, speaks about the crate that is on top of the truck, the flatbed of the truck. So again, ang ato ang object or body is the crate, which is resting on top of the flatbed of the truck. So can you tell me, class, the forces acting on the crate? What do we have? First, unsa man?
Normal.
Normal. Normal force. What is the direction, class, of the normal force?
Up.
Uh,
Force
particularly,
weight.
sige, unya na to sa force weight. Hinay-hinay sa taha, one by one. So, one of you mentioned, kinsa ka nag-mention sa normal force?
We miss.
Sige, oy. Sige dong. Rage, no? Right? Your
Ah,
first name is
yes, ma'am.
Rage. So, Rage, you're mentioning that the normal force is acting on the crate, correct? You have also mentioned that its direction is upwards. That's also correct. But noting nga ato ang plane is actually inclined. How do we define then the orientation of this normal force? Inclined man ang atong plane. So unsa gyud ay um perfect description sa atong normal force?
It lies in y-axis.
Yeah, it lies in the y-axis. In what manner? In what orientation? Labi na, ka-inclined man ang ato ang plane. Remember, mo man ni atong plane. If you can see me, class, right through your screens, this is the orientation of the plane. It is actually inclined. Ka-inclined man atong plane, this is also the orientation of the x-axis. Imagine, naghiwi ang atong x-axis. This x-axis is the plane where the truck is actually lying on top. So muna yung orientation sa plane or simply the x-axis. So asa man diri ron atong normal force relative to the given surface or the inclined plane. Unsa man gid ang perfect description sa normal force. Yes, it's actually upward, but I want you then to define it clearly. Kay labi na ron kay inclined ang surface. Unsa orientation sa tong normal force? It's
Perpendicular to the truck, miss.
perpendicular to the truck or perpendicular to the surface, right? Perpendicular to the plane. Kung mo ni atong plane, mo ni atong x-axis, perpendicular to that, that's the orientation of the normal force. Nakuha, class? Hello? Sakto?
Yes, ma'am.
So we can also imagine nga atong normal force wala pod siya slanting, right? Anong slanting man? Kay inclined man atong surface. So perpendicular to that, this is the orientation of our normal force. If you follow then class my laser pointer, mauna ni ang direction sa atong normal force. Nakuha, class? Hello?
Ma'am.
Okay. Just to really check kung nakasabot ba gyud. My follow-up question for this is, why is there a presence of a normal force? Nganong na ay normal force man acting on the crate? Ngano gani? Anong na ay normal force? Kay?
There is a presence of gravitational force.
Kay na presence of gravitational force? Uh-huh.
The
How did
object
we
is
define gani? Yes, normal force? Yes. Uy, is it
the
you? No?
the object is touching the surface.
The object is touching on the surface. The object is resting on top of a surface. It's resting on top of the flat bed of the truck. Right? Sakto?
Yes,
Sakto?
miss.
Oh, kinsa gani ka dong? Your name, please, so I can
Uy, miss.
recognize. Oh, lagi sakto lagi ko si Rage. So mao na ay normal force. Dili kay na ay presence sa gravitational pull. Again, I mentioned this last time. Either ang surface naghiwi or normal ang orientation sa surface pa horizontal, basang object nagpatong sa surface, there is always presence of the normal force. We proceed. What else? What other forces acting on the crate?
First weight.
Hmm. Force weight. Okay. Say direction.
South.
S- Unsay sakto nga
Perpendic.
perpendicular? Tanawa. Tanana mo ni ang force weight do. Unsay direction niya? Move niya to ang
Downward.
plane. Downwards. Okay, it's going down. Dili siya perpendicular sa x-axis. Kay ang ato bayang plane is diagonal, right? So ang ato ang force weight class is not actually affected by the orientation of the surface, either paslanting, either inclined, or horizontal ang surface. Ang directions of force weight is always downwards. It is always the direction of the pull of gravity. Thus, force weight is always directed downwards. Follow my laser pointer, mauni ang direction sa force weight. Nakuha? Hello,
Yes,
class?
ma'am.
Are you still with
Yes,
me?
ma'am.
Okay, good. What else? What are other forces acting?
Static frictional force is
Static frictional force. Yes, Inday, your name?
ando,
Oh,
miss.
sige, Inday. Unsay directions atong static friction?
Forward, miss, to the hill.
Okay, going up pa forward.
Forward.
Nganong pa forward man? Nganong nakaingon man ka nga pa forward ang friction? Sakto na siya.
Mm,
But akong pangutana, nganong pa forward man?
Gay, ang box mo slide. Like,
Kaya ang box ma-slide. Nya kung
yes,
ma-slide ang box asa the end direction, oy,
pa, pa,
Pa-down.
sanay, west,
Pa-back.
pa,
back.
pa down, pa backwards. Correct. Hunahunaan gyud class ang roles of friction is to oppose the motion. So kung ang motion sa crate nato pa backwards, as the truck moves forward, so, samtang ang sakyanan pa pasaka, niingon ba ang problem nga atong crate mo bining object mo slip backwards siya, pa backwards ang iyahang movement. Kay pa backward mo ang movement, ang opposition force should be opposite to that. So pa forward ang static friction. Thus, if you follow my laser pointer, this is the orientation of the static friction. Clear? Sakto no? Class?
Yes, Miss.
Okay, good. So we have already mentioned now the forces acting on the crate. So, unsa gay next tan-aw na to? We look into the summation of forces along the x and along the y-axis. Kay nganong permi man nato tan-aw ma'am kay again tan-aw nato asa lagi na axis maka-observe ta og acceleration. Is there an acceleration along the x or is there an acceleration along the y? Remember, ningon ba ang problem nga ni-accelerate ang truck? In fact, acceleration ang gipangita sa kaninga problem. So we have to know asa nga axis ni accelerate ang truck. Is it along the x or along the y? So to answer that, let us do now the analysis for summation of forces along the x and along the y. Let us begin here first with summation of forces acting along the x-axis. So what do we have? Can you please tell me what are the forces along the x? First, man,
Wait.
weight,
Ay, static frictional, Miss.
static frictional, yes. Ando, sakto ba? Am I hearing it correctly?
Yes, Miss.
Sige. Static friction, pa-forward, so positive. What else? Is that all?
X component of
X
weight.
component of the weight. So, why Baguio? Sakto ba?
Yes.
Na I'm getting familiar already with your voices. So, as mentioned by Ando, one of the forces acting along the x is the static friction, correct? And as mentioned by Suway Baguio, another force acting along the x is the x component of the weight, correct? Class again, I'll be repeating this all over again. Basta ang surface nato is inclined, our force weight class can be resolved into its components. Naagid na siya X component o naagid na Y component. Nga naman, again, ang ato ang surface is inclined. Due to that angle of inclination, ang orientation karon sa ato ang weight class, force weight, it does not lie, take does not lie exactly along the y-axis. In fact, wala siya shifted. No? Tanawa o. Along the y-axis, na-shift siya at a certain angle due to the inclination. As a result, naa siya x component, follow my laser pointer, o naapod siya y component. Thus, as mentioned by Suway Baguio, one of the forces acting along the y, x, it's the x component of the force weight. And how do we express the x component of the force weight, class? So which is this equal to? Wx is equal to?
Weight force sine theta.
Oh, nganong multiplied man by the sine of the angle ang x component? Hi? Mo man yung x component, no? Mo man yung angle, di ba? If you follow my cursor, We have already discussed it already last time nga whatever is the angle of inclination, ang pag-shift pod sa imuhang force weight relative to the y-axis, it bears with the same angle. So now, if this is the x component, this is the angle, nganong expressed man ni as sine of the given angle, mg sine theta. Nganong mg sine theta man?
Kay opposite siya sa angle, miss.
Kay opposite siya sa given nga angle. Thus, we multiply it by the sine theta. Okay? And again, baliko ni nako. I hope so you're taking note to this. Basta ang surface is inclined, the x component of the force weight is always expressed as mg sine theta and the y component as mg cosine theta. Always. Nga naman ma'am, kay shifted lagi ang force weight tungod sa angle of inclination. Ma'am, lahi lagi ni sa ato ang example last time, 'di ba? When we did then vector analysis, ang x component lagi to sa una ma'am kay cosine theta always, ang y component man is always sine theta. Yes. Kay nga no, ang orientation nato sa ato ang what do you call this one? Cartesian plane is the normal orientation wherein the y-axis crosses perpendicularly uh, along the x-axis. So, normal ang orientation exactly sa atong plane. Pero kani karon, ang atong plane man di man normal ang orientation, inclined man naa may angle. So muna mahitabo, shifted ang force weight, ang x component is always sine theta this time and the y component is always expressed by mg cosine theta. Timan ina, isuwat na or dili makalimot. Nakuha ba class? Ha? Nasabtan? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you still there? Are you still with me, class?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, sige. So, padayon ta. So, now that we have already identified, so we have here Fs, that's positive, minus mg sine theta. Okay, kaya ang orientation ba niya sa x component sa force weight, it's along the negative y-axis. So, negative ni. Negative mg sine theta. Now, the question is, to which is the summation of forces along the x equal to? Summation of forces in the x equal to what? Equal to? Asa siya equal to, class? Na by acceleration along the x or wala? Class. Hello. Hello? Are you still there?
Nara, miss.
Oh, kahilo man. Nahilo man. Na by acceleration along the x?
No,
Na
miss.
wala? No? Ano wala man? Asa di ang acceleration di ay? Asa di ang asa nga axis nato ma-observe ang acceleration sa object? Kung wala sa x, asa din ni accelerate di ay relative to. Asa nga axis relative to ni accelerate ang object? Sa y di ay? Pa-forward man ka ang truck.
Sa X, miss.
Oh, sa x, incline good ang surface. Pa-forward good ang object. So, ang acceleration is also along the inclined plane. Wherein that inclined plane simply represents our x-axis. Sakto?
Yes,
No?
ma'am.
Oo. Dili ba yung acceleration? Therefore, putting it into equation, summation of forces along the x is equal to m times a. And as figured out earlier, forces along the x, it's static friction minus the x component of the force weight, or simply negative mg sine theta. Nakuha, class?
Yes, ma'am.
Hello? Mm, okay. So that's how we analyze then the forces along the x. How about along the y? Sa man ang forces, class, along the y? We have, balik ta. What do we have along the y?
Normal
Natay,
force, Miss.
normal force, o unsa pa? Aside from normal force, along the y-axis, unsa pay lain?
Y component of the
Of the, oh, completuha dyan. Y
first way.
component, oh, y component of the force weight. To which is that equal to, ang y component? Wy is equal to,
W cosine
sa to Jed, urag naputol ka dudong. Sige, balik ka. Balik.
W cosine theta.
Okay, that's equal to W cosine theta. Unsay direction ani dong? Unsay sign niya?
Negative padaw.
Negative, because it's along negative y-axis. Okay, next question. Na by acceleration along the y? Na, wala.
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 Okay. So, di na to magamit ang kaning analysis along the y-axis. Kay we're actually asking here for the acceleration, right? Kaya ang acceleration man is oriented or directed along the x-axis. Therefore, we just use then this equation. Summation of forces along the x is equal to m times a. Okay. So, again, let's continue. Therefore, A magipangita pilay acceleration sa truck just to cause the crate about to move backwards. A may gipangita, so rearrange the equation. Therefore, A is equal to F over M, or summation of forces along the X divided by M. Na-identify naman ang forces along the X, which is static friction, minus mg sine theta divided by M. Okay. And again, as a review, um, unsa gani ni ang equation sa atong static friction? Fs is equal to, sa itong static friction, class? Fs is equal to,
Mu S
pagubay ta
times
nag-review
M.
ganina. Oh, mu s times unsa ni?
Force normal.
Normal force. Okay, so substitute negative mg sine theta plus coefficient of static friction, that's mu s, times the normal force divided by m. Okay. Masolve na ba ni nato? Given ba ang static friction? Ang coefficient? Oh, given. However, we have to know first what is the value of the normal force, or to which is normal force equal to, right? Balik ta, asa ganini nga axis, class, makita ang normal force? It's
Sa Y, Miss.
So magamit day gyapon nato ang summation of forces along the y. So summation of forces, class, along the y is equal to zero. Anong zero man? Kay wala may acceleration, right? Therefore, what are the forces along the y? As mentioned by Jed, we have here the normal force plus the y component of the force weight. Fn, although wala nang indicate diri, just follow Fn plus Wy, wherein Wy is equal to mg cosine theta. Unsa gito'y sign, class, sa y component sa force weight? Is it positive or negative?
Negative.
Negative. So it means we have here Fn minus mg cosine theta is equal to 0. Since equal to 0 man, therefore normal force is just equal to mg cosine theta. Is it clear, class?
Yes, ma'am.
So nanatay substitute there is Fn. So to continue, we have here therefore negative mg sine theta plus the coefficient of static friction multiplied by the normal force, which is mg cosine theta divided by m. We can see here, class, similar terms being divided. So makancel simply ang mass, tang-tang cm. So what is left will be negative g sine theta plus the coefficient of static friction multiplied by g multiplied by the cosine of the angle. This is how we get A. So substitute magnitude of g, that's 9.8, multiplied by the negative sign, multiplied by the sine of the angle, which is 10 degrees, plus coefficient of static friction, that's 0.35, multiplied by g, that's 9.8, times the cosine of the angle, that is 10 degrees. Putting into these values, so do the math, do the given operations. A therefore is positive 1.68 meters per second square. Right? Sakto? No? Nakuha ra, class? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay pa ta? Are we still good?
Okay, ma'am.
How about the others? Hala. Basi nangatog na din ang uban, ha? Okay ra? Fights ra?
Okay ra.
Sige. Okay. We proceed, class, to the last example. Ma'am, napaday last. Naapa. I have prepared you 3 examples kay para you can see here different cases or different conditions. Okay? For non-equilibrium. Okay. Kaninindot na pod ni class. Inclined pod ang plane pero naay pulley. Para sa tong experiment ba nga ni gamit ang pulley nga katong ganing naay block of wood nga birahon sa katong slotted weights, pareha ni siya. However, ang atong plane dire is not horizontal ang surface. It is inclined. Okay? So I want you then to listen, huh? So we can you can follow this given problem. So we have here Block 1 of mass 8 kilograms is moving on a frictionless 30-degree incline. So this is our block 1 indicated by the symbol M1. It's moving along a 30-degree incline. So that's the value of the inclination of our surface. This block is connected to block 2, whose mass is 22 kilograms, by a massless cord that passes over a massless and frictionless pulley as shown below. So, ang kanita itong M1, this is connected to M2, right? These two blocks are connected with these given cord. And the cord class passes over uh, a massless and frictionless pulley. Now the question here is, find the acceleration of the block and the tension in the cord. Okay? So, obviously, gipakita naman diri sa ato ang illustration, ang kanina itong mass 1 is moving upwards, pasakas sa inclined plane, right? And at the same time, kung musaka ang atong block 1, ang ato ang block 2 nga nakasuspend, nakabitay, is moving downwards, obviously, as indicated then by this arrow. That's how the problem works. So, kay frictionless man ang surface, frictionless o massless man ang pulley, meaning to say, class, friction does not actually affect the motion of the given objects. Okay? So, dili ta magiskot dere og friction as one of the forces acting. Unsa gipangita? Acceleration sa block o ang tension sa cord. Before we go through the free body diagram, let us try here first to answer this question. With this given case, class, how can we say or what can we say about the acceleration of block 1 and the acceleration of block 2?
Pareho nag-accelerate, ma'am.
Pareho sila nag-accelerate, ma'am. Ando? Am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, Are you saying nga pareha ang acceleration sa mass 1 ug sa mass 2?
No, I'm saying nga para sila nag-accelerate.
You're saying nga pareha sila nag-accelerate. Okay. But my question here is, pareha ba ang acceleration? My next question here is, di ba niyon ka nag-accelerate si block 1 o block 2? So, akong next question is, pareha ba ang value sa acceleration? Is the value of the acceleration the same? Is it equal? Awa ha, ang ato ang mass 1, musaka. Pasaka up sa inclined plane. As it goes up, ang kanipo na atong block 2 moves downward. Connected ba sila? They are being tied by the same cord or rope, right? And that cord or rope passes over a frictionless pulley. So kung paubos ang movements atong block 2, ang ato pong block 1 musaka pud wala siyang mabira ba, right? So what can we say about the accelerations of block 1 and block 2? Pareha or dili?
Dili.
Equal.
Call, ma'am.
O naniingog dili. Nasa niingog equals unsa man
Equal.
gyud. Kung inyong
Equal, ma'am.
naon, ato i-analyze, frictionless, walay mo oppose sa motion. So kung musaka ang ato ang block 1 up in the given incline, ang ato apong block 2 simultaneously it moves down. Frictionless ba ang pulley? So walay mo ungot. Dito dayon pud paubos ang atong block 2. So unsay mas masulti ninyo sa movement, particularly sa acceleration sa block 1 o sa block 2? Pareha, dili.
Same.
Parehas.
Unsa man?
Pareha.
Yes. Karayo. The values are just the same. Okay. So na natay clue. Pareha ang A sa block 1 o sa block 2. Sunod nga pangutana. Okay. Remember, the two blocks clads are being pulled by one cord or one rope. Tanawa, mo ba ni ang rope na to? Block 1, gihigot sa kaninga rope or cord. Unya, ang kaninga rope or cord, ang tumoy ani, ang nakakonect kay ang block 2. Ang kaning cord class kay passing over a frictionless pulley. So, di gyud na muungot gyud ang cord, inignaog sa block 2. Di sa siya muungot, inigsaka sa block 1. Okay? Usara ka class ang tension. I mean, ang cord nga nagbira sa kaninga masses or blocks. Therefore, what can we say about the tension acting on mass 1 and on mass 2? Maski wala pa ta nag-solve, unsa man ato masulti?
Equal, miss.
Equal. Is it equal or not? Pareha pud ba ang tension? Yes or no? Nainiingon nag-equal. How about the rest of the class?
Equal, miss.
What's your analysis? Parehas? Dili.
Parehas, miss.
Parehas. So, may yung answer, ma'am. Pareha atong super tanker, right? Gibira sa duha ka tugboat. Unya, ang wa ba to giingon sa problem, wala gi-mention sa problem nga ang katong cord class nga nagbira sa super tanker, di ba duha man to ka PC. Wa man to nag-ingon nga lain-lain ang klase nga PC or cord ang nagbira. Unya ang nagbira pag yun same ra nga tugboat. So ang kakuskon sa tugboat nga nagbira sa imong super tanker, we can then assume then it's just the same. So tension then T1 og T2 sa kato nga problem the same. Pareha pod ani. Because in fact, in this problem class, the two masses are considered as one system. One system, kay they're just connected by the same cord. Usaray kaklase nga cord or rope nga nag-connect nila. And yet, wala ba yung friction nga maka-oppose sa motion sa duha ka objects. Therefore, T class acting on mass 1 is just actually equal to the T acting in mass 2. Okay? So, nanata idea, equal ran ay si T sa M1 o sa M2 at the same time their acceleration. So, mamusaw natin ni nato pag-solve nga duha man karon ka object, dili pareha sa other problems that we're only analyzing or referring to one object. Well, that's not a problem, class. Kay duha man ka object, then we have to draw two free body diagrams. Okay? Duha ang free body diagram nato kay duha man ka object. And di magguol kay sa kada free body diagram naabay tension present. Nga ang duha ka tension kay pareha raman, so makombine na gihapon nato ang mga expression or equation, right? So before we deal with those equations, free body diagram sa ta. So for block 1, can you tell me what are the forces acting on block 1? What do we have? We have unsa man?
Weight,
Force
normal
weight, unsa pa?
force, and
Natay
tension.
normal
Normal.
force, naputay tension. Okay. Good. So natay tension. Unsay direction sa atong tension diri sa block 1? Asa man na padong? Padong asa?
Upward.
Okay. Along the positive x, pa forward. Okay. Ang normal force, unsay orientation niya or direction?
Perpendicular to the surface.
Perpendicular to the surface, correct, Jed? So, mo ni atong normal force. Ang atong force weight, kinsa to yung nag-mention ato? Sa ang direction sa force weight?
The south.
South, going down. Mo ni no? Unya, kay angled man ang ato ang surface or inclined man, it means to say, ang kaning force weight nato shifted from the y-axis. So, muna ni siya. Shifted at this angle. So, this would bear two components. X component, right? And Y component. Sakto? So, which gani is the X component equal to? That's equal to ang X sa force weight.
W sine theta.
Okay, W sine theta. Unsay direction ani? Unsay sign niya? Positive or negative? Negative. How about for the Y component?
W
Negative
cos
gyapon.
Oh, negative gihapon, ma'am. W cos theta. That's correct. Oh, maayo kay nakabaw na ta sa mga forces. Kabaw na ta mo identify, ha? Please make this a habit. Maski wala gingon sa problem, draw the free body diagram. Basta we deal with problems of forces, always do the free body diagram because that will help you then in the analysis of the problem. Okay, manata sa block 1. Diri na ta sa block 2. What are the forces acting on block 2? Sige be, tell me. What are these forces? What do we have? We have
Tension.
tension, unsay direction?
Up.
Up,
Positive.
unsa pa? Positive, correct. Unsa pa?
Weight.
force weight
O force weight. Direction,
Down.
downward
downwards, correct. Ako ni pangutana. Na may normal force diri sa block? Kay katubaya sa
Wala.
inyong long quiz ha ug midterm ang uban kato kung gipadyo ang free body diagram gibutangan bag normal force. Na ni normal force pareha ra ba ni. Ang kalahi lang ani inclined lang. Na normal force sa block 2? Wala.
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 Oh, nganong wala man?
Wala man siya nakarest sa surface.
Yes, kana. Timan ina, di ta maglimot-limot. Wala man nag-lie on top sa surface. Is not resting or lying on top of a surface. So expected there is no presence of the normal force. Instead, we only have here the tension and the force weight acting on the given object. Okay? Napabaylaing forces? Wala na.
Wala na.
Oh, good. Ari na
na.
ta. Uma naman ta sa FBD, diri na ta sa summation of forces along the X and along the Y. Starting with block 1, since the block class is said to accelerate forward, asa man karon nga axis that we can observe an acceleration? Is it along the x or along the y? Asaman.
Along the X.
Along the x. Sakto. So ay bagyo. Okay. Ang ihabing movement pa up, pa forward, ato ba yung ang orientation sa atong axis is actually inclined. So that means it's along the x-axis that we observe then an acceleration. Therefore, we can use the second law. Summation of forces along the x is equal to m times a. So, what are these forces acting along the x? We have one,
Tension.
tension. Unsa pa?
Wait,
Kompleto ha. Unsang ang weight lagi basta inclined duha ang component x or y. Along the x man ta.
X component.
The x
component.
component. Okay? Napabaylaing forces along the x or wala na? Wala
Wala
na.
na.
Oh, wala na. Good. So we continue. Summation of forces class along the x is equal to m times a, wherein m is labeled as m1. A here is indicated as positive. Remember, acceleration is a vector quantity, so we have to put the appropriate signs. Kaya going up, so positive si A dere. And as mentioned kanina, we have defined that the x component is negative, so this is expressed as negative FWX, which is equal to negative W1 sine of the angle plus the tension is equal to M1 multiplied by A. Okay? That's the summation of forces along the x. Okay. So, diliha na to ma-observe ang acceleration. How about for the y? Unsa kay ang forces nato along the y? What do we have again? Tanawa diri sa FBD, we have
Normal force and the y component of the
correct. Is there an acceleration along the y?
wala.
Wala. Thus, summation of forces along the y is equal to 0. These forces are normal force minus the FWY. Muna ni ang breakdown sa forces. Okay? Now, we proceed then to the summation of forces acting on the block 2 or mass 2. Naka-mention naman ta ganina nga tension and force weight. Asa man ni nga axis class ang kaning tension and force weight directed.
Along y-axis.
Okay, it's directed along the y-axis. So we have here summation of forces along the y. It's T minus FW. Okay? Now, is there an acceleration along the y or wala? Sa block 2 niya, block 2 na ta. Block 2, I mean. Ay acceleration? Sa y, wala.
Na,
Naa.
Ah,
Kaya paubos niya ang movement sa block 2. So na acceleration along the y. Thus, we represent the given equation as summation of forces along the y is equal to m2. We label now the mass as 2. Subscript 2 minus a. Nganong negative man atong a?
Paubos.
okay pa daw.
Paubos man. Pa-downwards man. Good. Nag-follow Joe. Very good. Therefore, we have here T minus FW is equal to M2 minus A. Are there forces acting along the X? Balik sa FBD? Na ba? Na ba summation of forces sa X sa block 2?
wala.
Wala. Okay. Okay, nakasuspend man. It's hanging. So, wala forces along the X. Okay. So, nanata equations. Unsa kay gipangita nato class? See? So ito gipangita?
Acceleration sa each block.
Acceleration o
Tension sa core.
tension. Okay. Therefore, ang magamit natong equation, kay we have here 1, 2, 3 equations. Ang equation 1 kanay acceleration o equation 3 kanay acceleration. Ang kaning A parehara. At the same time, magamit pod nato ang kaning equations 1 and 3 kay ang kaning duha ka equation both has the variable a known variable tension. Mao unsaon man ni pareha ganina nga sa usa ka equation duha man ang unknown. Well, no problem, right? We can manipulate one equation and substitute it to another equation. We do the substitution method in order then to get one variable if duha ka variables are unknown, right? So, asam na itong i-manipulate ani nga equation? Well, hunahuna class nga ang acceleration sa mass 1 o sa mass 2 are just the same, right? So, we can actually manipulate either equation 1 or equation 3. We manipulate equation 1 to isolate acceleration, and that derived equation for acceleration pwede na to i-substitute ang A nga derived equation from equation 1 to equation 3. Or pwede pod kay pareha man silang duha nga na A o na T, we can actually manipulate equation 3, isolate the variable A, and substitute it then to equation 1. Pwede. It depends on you which works best on you. Asa gusto niyo i-manipulate. Either ang 1 to substitute to equation 3 or ang 3 to substitute it on equation 1. Same ra gihapon og results. It won't matter. Parehara. Okay. A lagi for mass 1 is just equal for the acceleration in mass 2. Ang nakalahi lang is ang direction. Negative ang direction sa A, but ang magnitude kay parihara. So in this problem, okay, equation 3 class, ang kaning summation of forces along the Y for mass 2 is being manipulated to substitute it then to equation 1. So 3 is manipulated to substitute then in equation 1. So we have here therefore A, we would like then to get A, right? Isolate A. So how do we get this? Kay negative man ang A, kay paubos man ang movement sa block 2. To get A, we have to express this as a positive value. So how do we get a positive value to this? We multiply both sides of the equation by negative 1 para ma-positive si A. Mo ba ni ato ang i-isolate, right? We would like to get A. We would like to get a derived equation for A. Therefore, multiply both sides by negative 1, we get negative T plus FW2 divided by M2. And what do we do with this equation? We substitute it then to equation 1. Unsa kaya itong equation 1? Mo to ang summation of forces acting on mass 1. These forces along the x. So, pwede ba day ma-substitute, ma'am? Pwede, kay parihara baya ang A. So, ang kaning derived equation, we substitute it then to equation 1. Therefore, summation of forces along the x is equal to negative FWX. Negative man tong x component sa force weight for mass 1 plus tension is equal to M1 times A, wherein A again is equal to, ato na ning is-substitute with this derived equation, A is equal to negative T plus FW2 divided by M. So now, nanatay same variable t. Mo ba atong gipangita sa equation, right? We are asked to get t and A. So, in this case, makuha na nato ang value for tension. Maunsa man ni nato? We have two t's here. Well, we have to combine uh, all variable t's, to get the value of that. So, what do we do? Here on the right side, atong i-distribute ang kaning M1. So, this becomes negative M1T all over M2 plus M1 FW2 all over M2. By the way, ang kaning over M2, this is divided with this given denominator. This is negative T plus FW2 divided by M2. Okay, muna each of that is divided by M2. It's equal to T minus FWX. So we will now transfer class. Okay. this negative m1t over m2 on the other side of the equation or on the left side of the equation so we can get t. Okay, so what happens now, we have t plus m1t divided by m2 is equal to fwx muna lang yung habilin, uh, plus m1 fw2 divided by m2. Okay. Ma'am, asa ni gini ka ng fwx? Mo may aning ang transpose from the left side to the right side. Okay, we have to leave left side of the equation with t. Mo man itong unknown variable. To isolate or to get t, we now simplify class these terms on the left side as t multiplied with this given parenthesis of 1 plus m1 all over m2, right? Pareha raman ni with this on the upper portion of the equation, right? Is equal to fwx plus m1 fw2 all over m2. Okay. So, makuha na nato ang t by dividing both sides by 1 plus m2, I mean 1 plus m1 divided by m2. So, final equation will be t is equal to fwx plus m1 fw2 all over m2 divided by 1 plus m1 plus m2. Then we substitute class the given values. Okay, we now have here 8 kilograms times 9.8. This represents the FWX. Okay, X component man multiplied by the sine of the angle. So mg sine theta plus mass 1, that's 8 kilograms, multiplied by FW2. W or force weight is simply m times g. So we have here 22 kilograms times 9.8 meters per second square divided by 22 kilograms, that's m2, right? Divided by 1 plus m1, that's 8 kilograms, divided by m2. So um, do the math, class. Do the necessary operations. So we get t then as 86.5 newtons. This is the value, class, for tension. Okay, by the way, makita ninyo nga natangtang diri ang 22 kilograms because ang kaning class na may similar variable that can be cancelled, which is actually m2 muni ang 22 kilograms. Okay, so t, we now have 86.5 newtons. Okay, now that we have then the value of t, so we can actually substitute this tension to equation 3 or equation 1 to get A. So it depends on you which works best on you. So to continue to get A, uh, we use then this given equation, or pwede pod ang kaning manipulated. By the way, ang kaning equation 4 is just actually equation 3 nga gimanipulate. Pareha ra ni silang storya. Right? So gigamit ra actually ang equation 3. Right? So A is equal to negative T plus FW2 divided by M. So na naman tayo tension, which is 86.5. So multiply by the negative, negative 86.5 kilograms meters per second square, or simply Newton, plus FW2, weight, force weight, is mass times G. So 22 kilograms times 9.8 meters per second squared divided by M2, which is 22 kilograms. So ma-cancel, class ang kaning similar units. What will be left will be meters per second square. So do the math, do the necessary operations. A is 5.87 meters per second square. That's the value for A. Okay? Positive for A in mass 1, negative, okay, going down man, opposite and direction, downwards and direction for A in mass 2. But the magnitude is just the same. Okay? That's it. Ma, medyo taas-taas. Oh. Kaya duha man ta ka blocks. So medyo taas-taas ang solution. Okay, class. Natay pangutana. Hello? Class? Are you still there?
Yes, ma'am.
Mm. Natay pangutana? Naka-follow ra ba? Hello?
Yes, ma'am. Hello.
Oh, okay. Walay laing pangutana? Wala? Nagikalibgan? Unsa man? Class na magikalibgan? Wala. Okay rata? Hello? Oh, wala na mo naningog. Are you still there? I'll stop sharing na ha. Napa mo dira? Class, napa mo?
Yes, miss.
Yes.
Oh, sige. Okay. Now at this point, I will pause my discussion. Okay. Okay. That ends then the given sample problems class for body moving in non-equilibrium condition. Okay. So at this point, I'd like to hear then your honest remark. Okay ra, dili ra lisod. Saman, makaya ra? Okay ra? Wala tanag, saman. Sakto lang,
Kakayanin.
miss. Oh, kakayanin. Anas talaog. Okay. Matod pa ni Janine, sakto lang, miss. Okay. Now, yeah, you might see it then nga, it's really quite complicated. Yeah, it looks like that class because we're dealing with more than one forces, right? That acts on a given body na medyo lisod. Pero sa akong ikaingon, to simplify the analysis as you do problem solving. First, ay salib ga ang kaugalingon. Sabta ang problem. Yeah, para masabtan first, draw the free body diagram. In the free body diagram, illustrate the forces acting on the given body. Okay. Once ma-illustrate na gani ang FBD, ikaduha ang nga buhaton. Find the summation of forces acting along the x-axis and summation of forces acting along the y-axis. And always remember, since force is a vector quantity, when you do the summation of forces, indicate the appropriate signs. Kaya vector man ni, kung kinsa anga in negative. Okay? Manibuhata. And as you do the summation of forces, analyze, ask then yourself, is there acceleration present at this in this given axis? Kung niingon ang problem equilibrium, so expected both in the x and y axis walay acceleration. So summation of forces automatically equal to zero. Pero kung maingon kay ang problem, there is an acceleration. So perfect what do you call this one situation that this is an example of a non-equilibrium condition. Kung non-equilibrium gani ang condition, you have to identify at what particular axis is there an acceleration, sa x-axis ba or sa y-axis. Okay? And lastly, kung non-equilibrium gani na gani acceleration, automatically use the second law. Summation of forces is equal to m times a. Kana maora gyud nay angay nga i-remember class as you do analysis for problem solving for application of Newton's laws. Okay? Or dili mo maglibog. Do it step by step. And I hope so you're jotting down at this point, huh? I-take note kung akong gipang ingon or hindi mo maglibog when you answer now certain problems. Since it's almost 3:30, exactly it's 3:22, I will just be posting class the activity, the problems that you will be solving. These problems class involves bodies both in equilibrium and non-equilibrium condition. Wala gi-mention sa problem hang equilibrium or non-equilibrium. Kamoy mo identify. Balik ko na ko, equilibrium gani, meaning walay acceleration. Zero ang net force. Non-equilibrium gani, meaning to say the body is accelerating. Okay? Nakuha? Class?
Yes, ma'am.
Are we good? Oh, si Egam rin ni Tingo. How about the others? Are we good? Oh, ni thumbs up na ang uban. Oh, ni heart na. Sige. Okay. Sige. Uh, right after this, I'll be posting class the given activity. Can you open now your camera so we can already end our meeting for this afternoon? Sige. Okay. Mm. Oh. Inday, Janine, ngit-ngita gud nato Inday. Walay suga dirang dapita o di na ko maklaro imuhang kuan dira ang beauty nato Inday. O sige. O kumusta naman diri? Dong, Egam, walay ka ni tingog ganina sa ato ang attendance. Present. Di ba present man ka? O sige kag
Ay,
o.
ni-present ko, ma'am.
Aw, sige. O kadungog man ganina. Sige, be. I'll mark it here, ha? Kana, kana, nakita na nako. O, kana, gwapa na Inday Janine. Nanay suga. Okay. All right. Sige. Well, anyway, let's have then our screenshot then for this afternoon. So in 3, 2, 1, smile everyone. So 3, 2, 1, smile. Okay. So once again, thank you class for joining our meeting this afternoon. Please look into the Google Classroom for the given activity that you will be answering. Okay? Kung naga may mga pangutana, don't hesitate then to ask questions in the GC. I have already posted the material for this. You can refer then to the PowerPoint presentation for our discussion this afternoon. Okay. I'll see you then next meeting. Goodbye, everyone.